Hi, this is Tina Knight from Miracle Babies and owner of Hapa Yoga. This is April. She's in her 31st week of pregnancy with her second baby. We're going to be going through some yoga, breathing, and stretching, and simple things that you can do at home to feel better within the body. Right now you're probably experiencing some discomfort and maybe some back pain, and it's also time to open up the hips and prepare for labor. So, one thing that you can do at home, if you have blankets or towels at home, we're just going to get situated and sit nice and comfortable. So April's just going to lift up, and I'm going to place a towel right underneath her bottom. She's going to sit down and let the front of her pelvis just open up forward. It allows some extra space for the baby, and that might feel more comfortable to you. So we're going to first start with just a little bit of breathing. Bring your hands to your knees, go ahead and close your eyes. Roll the shoulders up and back. Ground down, and just come into a natural breath. We're going to start by expanding the breath, so taking a nice deep inhale through the nose, nice and slow. Open the mouth and use a ha sound on the exhale. Inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, relax the jaw. 2 more times. Should feel some nice relief with just this ha. And bring your hands up onto the baby. We're going to be using our abdominals to inhale in the baby. So as you inhale, hug the baby with your abs. You should feel the baby come closer to you. And exhale, ha, and release. Inhale, hug the baby in. Exhale, release. 2 more times. Inhale, hug the baby in. Exhale, release. This time we'll just hold a little bit longer. Hold your hug, pull in the baby for 3, 2, 1, and release. Go ahead and open up the eyes. Bring your hands out to the sides, palms face upwards. We're going to inhale, reach all the way out. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. On your exhale, turn your palms outwards and just float your palms down back to the ground. Inhale, turn the palms upwards. Maybe this time gaze at your thumbs. Exhale, turn the palms outwards. Bring your gaze back to center. 2 more times. Drawing in a nice deep breath. Exhale. And last time. Inhale. This time on the exhale, we're going to twist over to the left. The right hand comes to the left knee. Feeling a nice gentle twist. Really elongate the spine. Inhale, reach back up to the sky, coming through center. Exhale, over to the right side this time. Left hand on the knee. Lengthen the spine. Coming back through center. Inhale, last time to the left side. Coming back through center. Last time right side. Inhale all the way back through center. Arms reach up high. Bring your hands to heart center and come all the way down. We're going to release the hands. We're going to sweep them out and open one more time. Inhale. Turn the palms outwards. Exhale this time. Bend the elbows so the hands come behind the back. We're going to open up the chest. So bring the elbows backwards. Gaze up. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your chin to your chest and round the back. Like butterfly wings, we're just going to expand the chest forward. Gaze up. Exhale, pull the baby in, round down. Take a peek at your belly. Inhale, open up the chest one last time. Exhale, round, pull the baby in. Maybe hold it here. You should feel a nice stretch through the upper back. And come back to center and slowly release. Bring your hands out to the side. Reach your left hand out to the side. Take your right arm, palm face up. Bring it all the way up and then slightly bend over to the left. Feeling a nice stretch in the rib cage on the right side. Maybe look up at your elbow or your hand. Feel free to bend your left elbow just slightly and slowly release. Your right palm comes down to the ground. Left palm faces up. Inhale, reach overhead and gently bend over to the right side. You can gaze up at your hand. Great job, April. And all the way back up. A great exercise too to release the shoulders. We're going to bring the fingertips out to the side and press the palms down into the ground. Reach up with the neck, and then bring the left ear over to the left shoulder. You should feel a lot of tension release on the right side of the neck. Inhale, bring your head back towards center. Now this time drop the right ear over to the right shoulder. And back to center. Go ahead and release the hands and roll the shoulders. So we just opened up the neck and the back and the shoulders, side body. Now we're going to move on to the hips. From seated position, we're just going to bring the legs out right in front, however comfortable this is for you. Don't feel like you need to overstretch. We're going to bring the elbows to the insides of the inner thighs. Bring your hands together and just press the elbows outward. Just getting a nice stretch into the inner thighs and opening up the hips. Feel free to hold this for as long as you need, and let's bring the breath to this. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Open mouth, release. 2 more times. And last time. And exhale. Gently release the hands. Guide your feet back. And we're going to gently come into a tabletop position. So bring your hands out in front of you and slowly just roll over the knees and walk yourself slowly into a tabletop position. So it's important here, yes, and you can move the blankets out of the way. The wrists should be stacked directly underneath the shoulders. If you have a tight tension in the back, you can always widen out the hands, and the knees should be right underneath the hips. Maybe a little bit more just to have enough space for the baby. We're going to do some cat-cows. Drop the baby down and gaze forward. Open up the shoulders. Exhale, pull the baby up. Bring your chin to your chest and look behind you. Inhale, bring the baby downwards. Gaze forward. Exhale, bring the chin to the chest. Use your abdominals to pull the baby up, round the spine. Inhale into our cow posture. Exhale into cat. Now press into the palms of the hands. You might feel your back arch just a little bit more. And slowly release back into a flat back tabletop position. Taking the left foot behind you, tuck the toes under. We're going to push the heel towards the back of the room. You should feel a nice stretch in your lower leg. This can help if you're having cramps in your legs. And slowly bring that left knee back under the body. Right leg this time, tuck the toes, push the heel back behind you and back under the body. This time lift the left leg all the way up and off the floor, flex your toes downwards, pull the baby up. We're going to take the right hand, gently bring it off the ground and reach it forward, working on a little balancing posture. This is strengthening the back as well. And slowly release the hand down, slowly release the leg down. Other side, your right leg will lift back and up. Flex the right toes down towards the ground. Pull the baby in to lock in the core and then take the left hand up and reach it forward. Find your balance. It helps if you just gaze at one spot directly underneath you and slowly bring the left hand down, bring the right knee down. How did that feel? Okay. So we're going to come into a little bit of hip opening. We're going to take the left leg and reach it back. This time, we're going to bend the knee out towards the left. We're going to rotate the hip out and around. Just doing some leg circles. It's okay to lift the left hip up just to create enough space for the left leg to move around. And release. Other side. Your right leg's going to lift up. Turn the knee outwards to the right and just circle the hip out and around. And release. Coming into gate pose, take the left leg out to the left, flex the toes in front of you, and from here you can just gently rock back and forth. We should feel a nice stretch in the inner thigh on the left side. Last time, back and then forth, and slowly bring the left leg back in under the body and take the right leg out long. Toes point forward. Inhale, drop the hips back and forth. Going nice and slow. And you can take it as deep as you'd like. You could go pretty far back if that feels good to you. And back to center, and slowly bring the right knee underneath the body. Let's walk the hands in front of you just about a palm distance forward. Tuck the toes under. We're going to come into downward facing dog. So to do this, we're going to first hug the baby up. Slowly lift the knees. Now straighten the legs and look behind you. It's okay to keep the knees bent if you need to. And you can pedal your feet right and left. If you need more space for the baby, you can take the feet really wide. And both heels can come down. So while April's here, if you feel any sciatic pain, which might feel like pain in the butt all the way maybe up through the back, you can try pigeon toeing your toes. So the toes will turn in, the heels will turn out. That might give you a lot of relief. Sometimes this might actually make the pain worse. So if that's the case, then we're going to turn the toes outwards and the heels in. So depending on what's causing your sciatic pain, we might need to adjust the feet accordingly. So this is a great stretch actually to help relieve sciatic pain. But again, if you feel any pain, you shouldn't be doing it if it doesn't subside. So the goal of downward facing dog is to really lengthen and stretch out the hamstrings, the calves, and also to feel some nice length in the spine. So ultimately, we're going to try to draw the armpits closer to the legs by pressing downwards. Yep, so that looks great. How does that feel? Feel free to bend your knees. Now lengthen the legs. 2 more times, bend the knees. Straighten the legs. And then slowly, with control, bring those knees all the way back to the ground. You can untuck the toes and just sit all the way back. And then you can widen out the knees. We're going to come into child's pose. Walk the hands forward. You can keep the hands tented if you need a little bit more space, and then just drop your chest down towards the ground. You can also bring your hands nice and flat. Coming back to the breath, take a nice deep inhale and exhale. This is a great resting posture. Helps relieve any kind of tension in the back and stress that you might be feeling within the body. Last deep inhale. And exhale, slowly release. And you can walk those hands back to your knees. Slowly roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. We're going to transition into some standing postures so I can show you how to help relieve the back and get into some postures that might be more accessible when you're on the go. So I now wanted to show you some postures you can do using the wall to help with immediate relief for lower back pain. So you might be out and about all day walking, or maybe at work and you have a stand-up job, and the lower back might begin to hurt because the weight of the baby is pulling the spine in an arched position. So what April's going to do is just find a nice secure wall, place her back all the way into the wall, bring her feet wide and in front. Now she's going to flatten the spine by tucking the tailbone under, now pressing into the wall. So creating the force against the wall is taking the weight off the spine, and the force is now only in her legs. How does that feel? Feels good. Great. And to come out of this, bring the hands to the wall and support yourself all the way up very carefully into a standing position. Another pose that we're going to do, it's a downward facing dog, but going into the wall using the wall support. So bringing the hands nice and wide onto the wall, just walk the hips back, widen out the feet, and just drop your chest downwards. So this is something that's very accessible to do. Sometimes it might be hard to do downward facing dog on the floor, so finding a wall, and you can come at any angle. So right now she's in a 90-degree angle, but maybe it might be more accessible to bring the hands closer up higher to the wall, and maybe only being at a 45-degree angle. This is also a great labor posture as well, to relieve some weight off of the spine and let the weight of the baby come forward, takes pressure off the back. And how does that feel towards you? And so those are 2 really easy, accessible things you can do throughout the day to help relieve your back pain. Again, this is Tina with Miracle Babies and owner of Hapa Yoga. Hopefully these stretches are going to help you throughout your pregnancy to relieve tension and pain and prep you for childbirth. Again, please make sure you listen to your body. At any time, if anything doesn't feel comfortable or you start to feel sharp pain, bleeding, or any other things that you know are just not intuitively right to you, please contact your physician. Thank you again, and congratulations on your pregnancy.